Hi everyone, welcome to the video. As the thumbnail and title suggests, I will be testing out the Ultralight Smokey hot tent from One Tigris today. Now, the main reason for this video is to show you around the tent, but to also highlight the big improvements to the features that One Tigris have made to make the Smokey hot tent better for its users. We will go through each improvement one at a time for you to really get a better understanding of the value for money this tent now brings. Now, I've had my eye on this tent for some while now as I'm moving more from hiking to bushcraft. But what I did notice is that One Tigris actually took this tent off the market for some time, as the only reason I can think of was to improve it, then put it back up for sale, basically branding it as a new product. I paid £95 for this on the Black Friday deal. It's originally up for £119, with the beige one being £129. So, what you actually get with this tent is the tent itself, the centre pole, 10 pegs, 6 guy lines, a half tent footprint, a stove jack, and the stuff sack to keep everything inside. This tent now comes in two colours, the coyote brown and beige. I decided to go with the coyote brown as I feel it blends in with the surroundings better. I'd imagine the beige one was made more for snowy conditions, and that's great, but living in the UK, we don't get much snow, so I would stick out like a sore thumb in the woodlands and forests. I also do believe that the beige one does have subtle differences, as it's slightly more expensive. The only two differences I can see is the difference in fabric and the design of the stove jack. So, the tent is made up of a PU coated 210T polyester and has a waterproof rating of 2000mm. The original one was 20D nylon. I can imagine they changed the material to be more robust, as you now have adjustable loops to tighten the tent up. So the tent and all the contents inside the stuff sack weigh 2.26 kg. The dimensions are 53 centimetres by 18 centimetres by 15 centimetres. The original tent I believe was 1.2 kg, but given all the extras you now get, the extra weight really isn't an issue. Show you the area. In all honesty, it's absolutely massive in here. Just to also show you as well, the vents. This tent has two doors on either side with vents just above the door opening. Now for the top part of the tent, on the inside it has a light hook, and on the outside it has a top loop for a different way of erecting the tent as opposed to using the tent pole. So one of the main features now is that the stove jack is now included with the tent, saving you having to buy one separately, which would knock you back another £15 or $20. And just because companies add things, it doesn't mean they'll be any good. But in this case, the quality of the stove jack is phenomenal. Show you. The jack now comes with a flap to keep the flue stable to minimise any movement. But for when you don't need it, it can be removed very easily by the Velcro. This tent now comes with a snow skirt, or without snow, a wind blocker. Nice little touch as well that One Tigris have done. Added toggles, the snow skirts, just to wind them back in when not needed in the summer. Each door comes with two toggles to keep the door open permanently when in constant use. Yet another feature One Tigris have decided to add to this tent is the half inner, which is attached on by toggles. This is a great feature, as when you have the stove in full force, there's no worries about the inner being burnt, and you can keep your sleeping system directly off the ground. The toggles are great to keep the inner in place also, which minimises movement and maximises comfort. So I'm not actually lighting the stove today, but I've brought it along just to show you the setup. So, as an overall, I'm extremely happy with the tent and the improvements made. It's fantastic value for money, especially if you can find it on sale, as I have. That's the new and improved Smokey Hut hot tent from One Tigris. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please consider subscribing to see this tent in action very soon.